Wow, um, what a high to end our summit on. Thank you so much to Ruben and the team for that incredible panel. Um, on behalf of the entire team at Equality Leaders, I really would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for joining our men's summit today. And it has been generously supported by Japan Airlines, which we, of course, remain very grateful for. A special thank you goes to our panelists who have provided us with plenty learnings today, even more reflections, but also actionable steps on how we can all begin building those enabling environments for men to embrace these new masculinities that are defined by emotional literacy and that openness to speak more freely about our mental health. Our summit today has afforded us all the opportunity to come together and have respectfully curious, bold, inclusive dialogues. We've held space for one another to speak our truths, to tell our stories, and to knowledge share. This, we hope, has given you the momentum needed to champion authentic men breaking the mold. Author and activist Glennon Doyle writes that 10 is the age when we learn to be good girls and real boys. 10 is when children begin to hide who they are in order to become what the world expects them to be. 10 is when the world told me to be quiet and pointed to my cages. These are the people you can love. These are the feelings that you are allowed to express. This is the kind of life that you are supposed to want. For men around the globe, it is these cages that have become ill-fitting straitjackets worn by so many of us, strangleholds keeping us from living wholeheartedly and blinding us from prioritizing vital aspects of being wholly human. In fact, in 1976, social psychologists Robert Brannon and Deborah David outlined 4 basic components of what we would call traditional masculinity. Number 1 is no sissy stuff. Number 2 is the big wheel, describing men's quest for success and status, as well as their need to be looked up to. Number 3 is the sturdy oak, which describes men's air of toughness, confidence, that self-reliance. And number 4 is give 'em hell, which reflects the acceptability of aggression, of violence, and daring in men's behavior. Well, today's summit has sought to dismember these components of the default man, questioning traditional masculine narratives, exploring its impact on men through storytelling, and planting seeds for new masculinities to emerge and thrive. Our panels have taken us on a journey today. First, speaking to how men have had to contort themselves to perform masculine narratives. We then shed light upon those men redefining and renegotiating the status quo. Errol McKellar shared with us his deeply personal story of surviving his battle with prostate cancer, and now a champion, encouraging men to talk openly about it, even if they don't want to. And finally, our liberations panel spoke of empowering men to break away from those outdated modes of masculinity and discussed the role allies have to play in this. Tate Smith's activism for trans male visibility revealed his own journey of embracing his whole self. There truly is no one way to be a man. So I'd like to leave you with the words of author Bell Hooks. who writes, "It is not true that men are unwilling to change. It is true that many men are afraid to change. It is true that masses of men have not even begun to look at the ways that patriarchy keeps them from knowing themselves, from being in touch with their feelings, from loving." So we hope today is that starting point, a new beginning for compassion and connection, and for men to liberate themselves. In closing, Team Equality Leaders invites you all to join us at our complimentary Wellbeing for Men webinar next Tuesday on the 22nd of November at 11 o'clock, hosted by our facilitator, Dr. Roger Prentice, who'll be exploring why men should be talking about their emotional, physical, and sexual well-being, as well as how to navigate the stresses of life changes. You can register for the webinar at the link which will be posted in the chat shortly. On behalf of me and the entire team at Equality Leaders, thank you once again, and we look forward to hosting you next time. Bye for now.